So we'll talk about the stages that you're going to go through, some of the wins that you'll have as you progress up the mountain to complete business reliability. That's where we're looking to get to. So the first thing that you'll want to do, that first step at the base of the mountain, is you want to have the ability to get tasks done without you. So you're going to have to develop some skills around delegation, around creating systems and building up that muscle. Part of that is learning as you go through this. We'll teach some different tools, and later on I want to show you the way that I get systems done now, just as some inspiration for you. But that's kind of level number one. As we progress up, step number two is we want to then get the business to make money without you. I might zoom that in a touch just so you can see that. But making money without you, that's the whole point of the critical client flow, and it's the proof that you can sell something without you being involved in it. So that's as we progress up. Once you get the critical client flow in place, once we train up team members on it, once you've got primary and secondary people identified, then we can kind of start to progress up because the business is making money without you. Then you can start to think about having a guilt-free holiday. What has to happen for a guilt-free holiday is you need to have your CCF done and you need to get MVS done. And you need to have some key people in place. Doesn't mean that everything's going to run perfectly and you're going to come back and have zero problems. No. What it will mean, though, is that things can get handled. And, even if there are some little fires that bubble up, well, you can address that when you come back. But for you to feel good to be able to disconnect, and I want you to set that goal for yourself to be able to have that guilt-free holiday where you can take time out, go away with the family, and not be worrying about what's going on at work and opening up your phone or email or things like that. I think every business owner deserves that. The ability at some point, everybody deserves that. Team members are the same. They need to be able to have a holiday where they can step away and they're not being dragged back to the business. So we get there when we get to CCF and MVS. The next step up, then we start to think about getting to this is how we do it here. Now, for that to happen, we need to make sure that we start to build systems into the DNA of the business where, we've got recruitment and onboarding, you've got policies and position descriptions that identify the systems that are relevant to that particular role. And then once we reach that, that's when we start to really build that culture of this is how we do things here, with the ultimate goal of getting to the top of the mountain, which is complete business reliability. Now, that's where you're a true business owner, where the business owner works without you, where you'll have dashboards so you can keep an eye on what's going on in the business and monitor it, but you're not required. You can work in the business by choice, and you work on the things that you're strong at and the things that you enjoy, because that's why you started this business. But you have the ability to kind of step in and out, and the machine works without you. And the business at this point really reaches optimization mode. And we'll talk about this idea of getting your business to the point where it operates under management and is a saleable asset. Whether or not you sell or not, that's what we need to do, get it to a saleable asset level. And the magic words that the potential buyer wants to hear is that the business is under management. What does that mean? That means it's under management, not by the business owner. And that's really where we want to get to. The next step, and I've got some action items for you over here. What you go through to make this happen looks a little bit like this. Firstly, you'll need to do some learning as you're doing, attending workshops like this, reading the Systemology book, and get a general understanding of the Systemology process. You start off with the general, and then over time, as we loop in your systems champion, you might go into specifics. So specifics address certain parts of the 7 stages of Systemology. Maybe you need some help on your critical client flow, where you have a look at the Simple Systems Blueprint, or maybe you join one of the group programs or go through the online program, or you work with one of our systemologists if you want to go that little bit further. You have to learn enough so that you can lead this initiative. And we talked about that idea. Michael Gerber said, don't let the business owners off the hook. They need to lead the initiative. So you have to know enough to at least be able to have meaningful discussions with your systems champion and know what they're doing, and the leadership team, and talk to the department heads. And then we need to identify the systems champion. I know some of you have already done that. Today, we will talk about position descriptions, job ads, and I'll give you all of those pieces of the puzzle today, but you have to identify that person. Then you oversee and work with the systems champion to complete the critical client flow. Then we work with and oversee the completion of the MVS. Then at that point, then we start to build these systems into the DNA, where we put it into our recruitment system, and I'll share our recruitment system. We'll have a look at how you can onboard certain team members, and we have systems as a discussion. That final session that we do as part of the Business Systems Accelerator, which is for your team, becomes part of your onboarding. And you have it as a discussion that, hey, systems are important here. And then we start to manage via systems. And I'll give you the framework that we'll cover today around how to manage and get people online if you reach some resistance. We'll talk about for your systems champion towards the end, and this is the order in which you do it, and you kind of don't want to jump too far ahead. Like, you always think about what is the next step? What is the next step as you work your way up the mountain? And we look to then optimize those systems and then get the processes in place for dashboards and the mechanisms to be able to listen to your business, hear or see when there's a problem, and then try and go to work on the system and solve it at the system level. And then obviously the goal here being to achieve complete business reliability. And even though you might not even sell, but again, we just build it as though we are going to sell. That's really the key here. And if you have a look at the numbers, I match those up so you can kind of see them just here, here with number one. That's kind of what you do at stage number one. Stage number two, you want to get these complete. And stage number three is here. And then stage number four would be these ones. And then stage number five. Now, once you achieve complete business reliability, it's an ongoing thing. Like, you don't go, woohoo, we've systemized, I can step away, I'm now done. This is, once you reach that level, then it's the pursuit of excellence. It's about becoming an industry leader. It's about continually innovating and improving. Because if you don't continue to improve, you just over time, you drift down. There's a natural drift. You're either, classic growing or you're dying. So you need to make sure that we're continually growing at that level.